It's such a special feeling to see the sails go up again. It's like been more than a year that I've seen the sails up. Look, 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 look. There it goes, our Genoa. I told him something about maybe we just have to invest in a new dinghy and a new outboard engine, but he said no, they are perfect, they are fine.
We left Amsterdam and drove to our sailing home in Turkey,
where we saw the perfect scent for the first time after 8 months.
We are refitting her now. She's in a hangar without keel and mast and in need of a new teak deck, hull collar, lithium batteries, instruments and sails.
So we finally can call her home and start sailing the world.
So, Christmas in Diedem, and we're gonna pick up a present for Rihanna. It's kind of a surprise because she has a DVD box for several years already, and she wanted to show me so badly. We couldn't find a proper DVD player, and when we found one it wasn't working, and we tried to digitalize it and it wasn't working. So now I found a guy in Diedem. He's really helpful. He helped us out with the drone and he managed to digitalize it. So we're gonna take it in Diedem, and then it's a big surprise for Rihanna. Stopped here at Royal Marine because we have a bruise in the hammock and we needed some restitching of the cushion of captain's chair. And instead of taking it and giving it back, they said, okay, let's do it immediately, and they figure it out. They are always so helpful here. Really great. Yes, I remember the name of the movie. It's called Angelique, and it's an old movie, 6 DVDs. And now we're gonna pick it up. I'm really curious how Rihanna will react. She can't handle surprises, so she's asking, what are you going to do? And has it to do something with ABC? I hope it's a big surprise for her. This man is a legend. He even put the Dutch subtitles underneath. So thank you very much. Uh-oh. The little man fell asleep. So darling, I've got a present for you.
Water.
This is the moment. Here it is.
What is it?
Mommy.
Wow.
What is it?
Mommy.
What is it?
I don't know.
Is there something on the USB?
Yes.
What is
Jana was thinking I was giving a USB stick.
What's on it?
I don't know. Maybe you should check it.
Wow.
Is it? Is it? Oh, actually!
Yes!
Okay, I have to explain this, or you explained it already.
A little bit, but tell me.
Angelique, it's a French movie series and it's really one of my favorites. I learned to watch it with my mom and my mom read all the books and then the movies came out and then she bought a DVD box and I've been wanting to watch it for more than a year. DVD CD player doesn't work, and now we have a digital. So I think it's movie night with popcorn.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, super cool. I never would have guessed this.
No?
Never.
Mission accomplished. Yes. So, getting in the final phase, doing all the details. So this is really special for us because this is our feel the breeze sign. And every time we step on, we get into the open, we're gonna feel the breeze. Wie is dat? Zo, Benjamin. Hoppakee, go!
We're still stuck.
So here we are. We are not a sailing couple, but we are a marina couple.
We're waiting on parts still.
So the batteries, they came, but we are waiting for one essential
Part for the whole installation.
Yeah, and they sent it yesterday. We are still waiting for the instruments. They are stuck at customs in Istanbul.
So welcome to marine life.
Yeah. Sorry, I promised you to be in a beautiful bay in
Christmas.
with Christmas. And then we said, okay,
Okay,
let's
let's do
New Year.
No, that
No.
can't happen.
And then with my birthday,
Maybe. But also, I don't think it's gonna happen.
no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
So probably in the, I venture it's probably in the second part of January that we'll be sailing again.
Yeah,
And we have our old batteries inside.
but not all.
Not all, and they are not good enough anymore because of the lightning strike we had last 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We had one time we were sailing and our batteries broke down, and it was really quite a hassle, but we were very lucky with the wind and the weather condition we were at that moment. But we don't ever want to be in that kind of situation again. So Gerben was pushing me, oh, we can do a little sail, we can do just around the corner in the bay. And then I remind him of our incident on the Greece water, and then he said, okay, no, let's not take the risk.
We're gonna leave the marina in a proper way with everything working, nice and shiny. We will sail the next years.
Yeah, so the adventures will come. Slowing down a bit and
Yeah, and put a lot of
enjoying living on the boat actually. We're a lot inside the boat and we really love it. It's really becoming a home.
yeah.
But nonetheless, we're still stuck in the marina, but we are okay with it.
No,
We
but
just wanted to make beautiful sailing videos for you guys, and that's still not happening. So you have to be a little bit more patient with us.
not only sailing videos for you guys, we want to sail as well.
Yeah.
Benjamin, what have you done? is...
New Year's!
Happy New Year, dudes!
Dudes!
Guys! Jump! Okay.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3, yeah? Okay. Happy New Year! Good morning! This is January 2021, the start of a new season of the Feel the Breeze family, and welcome on board. This season is all about sailing. What's the story about the Perfect Sense? Because it's quite an interesting one and we would love to share it with you. So, when I was a young boy, farmer boy, I started sailing at the age of 4. I fell in love with sailing. My parents took me out sailing. They're not keen sailors, but they gave me the opportunity to sail. I fell in love with sailing. So, and I started dreaming about sailing around the world as a young kid. And then at the age of 24, I got cancer. And after fighting cancer for 2 years and I survived, I made myself a promise. I said, before my 40th birthday, I will start sailing around the world. And in my opinion, I needed to become a millionaire first, because otherwise, how can I afford sailing around the world? So I started 3 companies all at the same time at the age of 28. All internet technology kind of companies. 1 web shop, 1 software company, and 1 travel technology startup. Just working my ass off. Yeah. Oh yeah, there are a lot of uh-ohs inside the story. That's right. Oopsies as well. Okay, Daddy will continue. Yeah! So I was working my ass off. I had my telephone glued to my head. And then all of a sudden I sold one of the companies for several million euros. So at that moment I decided, I was 36 at that moment. I decided, okay, now I'm gonna go for it. I was single at that moment. I sold my house, had some money to buy a boat. All the remaining money I invested in the other technology startup, the travel technology startup. And then I started searching on the internet on yachtworld.com. For me, the requirements was a boat big enough to feel comfortable, to live comfortable and kind of luxurious, because I wanted to live in Amsterdam on it for another 2-3 years. And then selling the company, making my millions and start sailing around the world. It was easy handling because I would sail it all by myself most of the time. I didn't want to be depending on someone to join me. I wanted to sail it solo. Fast sailing, good quality, nice looks. And that was kind of it. And all the stuff on board for circumnavigation. So water maker, generator, that kind of stuff. And I started looking on yachtworld.com and then I saw the Perfect Sense. She was a little bit above budget what I had in mind, but I know there was some negotiation space. There's always negotiation space, and I learned from a good friend of mine, before you go, just call the broker and ask for the price before you're gonna look. I knew the first time I will go and I will fall in love, then I'm hooked. I called the broker and I said the asking price for the Perfect Sense was 349,000 euros. I'm really interested. I really love the boat, but I will come look for 275,000 euros.
No!
And then the broker immediately said,
No!
I won't even propose this to the current owners because it's not gonna work. So I said, okay, no worries. I was not in a rush at that moment. So a few months later, I saw they dropped in price. So they went 349 to 295. And then I knew, okay, now we are getting close. So I sent him another email and I said, okay, my offer is still valid, so you know. And that's it. Benjamin, okay, we are going to Rihanna to pick her up because now she's getting into the story as well. So guys, Rihanna is back. Let's continue to the story. You went for a weekend all by yourself to Milan. Yeah.
That is true. No, I wanted to have a weekend all for myself, and we were just friends. And I want to go to Milan. I never been there ever before. So I went there, and not even 2 days later, knock on the door, Gerben arrived. He said, "Well, I'm gonna join you." First I didn't understand, but now I know why, and that's because you had to make a very important decision.
Yeah. No, it was on my about the decision. It was I was in love and I wanted to chase you. So,
we had an amazing weekend.
We had an amazing weekend. We didn't.
We just stayed friends. Nothing romantic.
We didn't
happened.
kiss or anything.
No, but there was one special moment regarding the perfect sense.
Yeah.
We went biking through the city, and then we found this amazing place in the center of Milan where we had lunch on the terrace.
Yeah, and then I got a phone call. I got a phone call from the broker, and he said, "Yes, you can come and have a look for 275k." And
I remember the moment he was shitting his.
No, but at that moment I realized I played hardball, and now I'm there. So now it's up to me to make it. And I was to be honest, I was kind of struggling with it because I knew the company needed extra money, and it was really.
It was a little bit more than you planned.
Yeah.
You had in your mind. So you had to make it.
I had to make a decision, and I had a lot of to go for.
So he said, "I'm gonna call you back."
And then when the moment I hang up and I told you,
what should I do? I'm scared, and maybe it's too much money. And then I said,
"Come on, don't be a pussy, buy that boat." And I said, "Okay, you're right." So I called the broker and I said, "Okay, I don't know when exactly, but I'm coming for a visit." The boat was in Athens, in Greece. I was living in Amsterdam, but we had a sister company in Macedonia, and I combined it with a business trip. Yeah, I saw her for the first time. She was standing on the heart, and they polished the hull, the blue hull, and she was looking amazing.
Shiny. We will put some pictures.
Yeah. And the broker was there, so he welcomed me nice and prepared. And I had a look, and to be honest, first I never bought a boat before. Second, I never went on a sailing boat of 57 feet. I had no clue to look for. I just checked all the specs and if everything was kind of in working or through the whole boat, and a nice talk with the broker, and that's it. The surveyor came, and the surveyor, that's a funny story because I didn't know any surveyor, but the broker helped, and he said this is a good surveyor, and it turned out Robert
Elliott, we know you are watching.
Yeah. Robert is a good friend now, but I remember Robert was appointed to have a look at the perfect sense, and I was standing on the boat and she was hanging in the slings and she was put in the water, and then Robert came and he said, "Hey young man, you won the lottery?" I said, No. You sold your company? I said, "Yes, I did, but it's gonna be my home as well." And then he said, okay. So he stayed on board for 3 days and he examined everything upside down. It gives me a lot of confidence.
And he even looked in the history of the perfect sense, and he found some damages in the past and did extra questions and exams about that. And it's really amazing.
He also wrote an email to Beneteau and to the design company FAR because he found some misalignment between the keel and the rudder. And
we never would have noticed that.
Yeah, Beneteau said it's normal. This is part of the Beneteau 57. Then he contacted Bruce Farr, and I think he hit something.
Yeah.
And he got a very
short
political answer back. But for me, it was only about the feeling, the good examination about the boat, yes or no.
Of things that need to be done that aren't good, and then you can start renegotiating the price.
Yeah. So I started, but there wasn't any room left.
No, but I think you really got a bargain with this price for this boat. Yeah, especially if you look at the market right now with Beneteau 57s from the same year.